Good morning. It is Wednesday. It is known as Hump Day. It is the Bubba Show. And for the next 2 days, we're going to talk about bubbles and how they're created and what the problems are that are happening. So if we go back and we look in history first, you can go back to the 1600s. You can go back before, but you can go back to the 1600s where there was tulip mania, where tulip bulbs were actually going for in the $80,000 to $90,000 range, and of course the government had to get involved, and of course that bubble then burst. You can go into the 1800s, into where we had what we call the cotton panic, or the cotton bubble, where there was some manipulating of the currency by the government, and of course that bubble also burst. You can come into the Great Depression, where there was great euphoria and the markets could never go down again, and had some government intervention. Of course, that bubble burst. Are you getting the common thread to all these bubbles? And then you can go into 1987, where the markets could never go down again, and you had some cheap money, and of course the bubble burst again. And then we had the internet bubble. The same things happen and repeat over and over again. And this is what is happening. Our latest bubble, before the one we're in now, was the housing bubble. And what was the common thread in the housing bubble compared to all other bubbles? Was that money was cheap and easy to come by. And when that happens, those situations never end well. Bubbles in markets are common. They happen all the time. They are self-created by either, in this case, the Federal Reserve, or by the government, or some outside body that indicates that these markets can go up forever. And just if anybody's forgotten what happened in the internet bubble, where stocks like Yahoo were trading at $500 a share, JDS Uniphase was trading at $300 a share. The stocks had zero earnings; they could not make any money. And you kept hearing the term through the talking heads about new economy versus old economy. Well, Warren Buffett did say it best, as much as I'm not a big fan, but Warren Buffett did say it best, is there's nothing like brick and mortar. And phony money does not create a market. So eventually it comes down to real analysis, and can the company make money, or can the product make money in which you're trading? So when you look at bubbles and you see what's happening, you can start to see the same things happening now, and history is again potentially repeating itself. We have to understand that markets have to be based on something, and eventually the fundamentals, although we trade technically, eventually the fundamentals will have to support what is happening technically. And in the 1990s, that never happened. These stocks could not support the overall numbers they were trading. I mean, Yahoo was trading at negative earnings, and the stock was still going up or down $100 a day. And these are things we want to look for. So on tomorrow's Bubba Show, we're going to talk about why I think we are in a current bubble, and how I think the ugliness of this is going to end, and how it's going to fail. Remember, the Monday night Average Joe Options Call. For Wednesday, the Bubba Show. We'll talk to you on part 2 on bubbles on Thursday.